While Manchester United's defeat at the hands of Liverpool was frustrating, disappointing and everything in between, it is important to remember that Erik ten Hag's side have lost only twice since the season resumed after the World Cup. As well as that, the Reds were unbeaten in 11 matches prior to the loss at Anfield. The form United have been in certainly does not excuse their shocking performance against Jurgen Klopp's side on Sunday, but under ten Hag, especially in recent months, it has become a rarity. The Reds have lost 6 matches in the Premier League this season, and while some fans might struggle to recall the feeling after the losses to Brighton, Aston Villa and Arsenal, the other 3 defeats certainly stick out for the wrong reasons. United's 4-0 defeat at the hands of Brentford on the second weekend of the campaign was both embarrassing and humbling for the Reds, and proved that they had a long way to go in order to get back competing at the top end of the table. The loss away at City, despite the Reds scoring 3 times, was also worrying from a United perspective. However, after both defeats, Ten Hag was clear with his message. The Dutchman knew that his side had to improve and needed to get better. He was never going to let it consume his players, but he ensured that they were aware of what it meant to be a United player and the responsibilities that came with that. Following the loss at Brentford, the Reds manager lambasted his players, admitting that he would have changed the entire team at halftime if he could have. The former Ajax chief claimed that United needed to learn. He insisted that United would learn. It was a process, but one that required commitment. I think we all have seen the game and I think Brentford was more hungry. 1. And 2, we concede goals in individual mistakes, Ten Hag said. You can have a good plan, but we had to put the plan into the bin. I think it had nothing to do with tactical and that the first 2 goals, it's about dealing with the ball, that's one, and decisions. I think they follow my instructions but they make bad decisions and that's football, it's a game of mistakes and you get punished. He added, we will learn, we will have to learn, it's not good enough, clear, it's not the level and the standard how we want to act. We have to question why Brighton and Brentford were hungrier. That and we will do in the coming hours. We have to do it but it's clear, analyze, it's not possible the opponent is more hungry than you are. I saw in the second half a comeback but you have to start well and it's not good. They are our players and we are together and we are in a really difficult situation, clear, we have to find solutions. After losing 4-0 at Brentford, United went on to win their next 4 matches in all competitions, which included wins over Liverpool and Arsenal. Ten Hag had called for a response from his players after a nightmare start to the season, and he got it. It was, therefore, somewhat of a surprise when the Reds were thrashed by City in the derby at the Etihad in October. On paper, it wasn't as bad as the Brentford loss, especially given that United had scored 3 times, but in reality, it hurt even more for the club's supporters. Ten Hag, as was the case earlier on in the season, was not afraid to criticize his players. He confessed he was surprised by the lack of belief shown by his players in their humbling defeat by City. It was a lack of belief, the United manager told Sky Sports. I am surprised why we didn't bring that on the pitch. I have seen a different team, a different spirit and a different fight. We were not brave in possession. It is always difficult to find out. The players know they can do better. If you don't fight, then you have a problem against a team like Manchester City. This is definitely different to the 4-0 defeat at Brentford. We didn't run there. We wanted to today but didn't follow the principles. It was a lack of belief. I will show the team that we could have been front-footed. We win the ball then give it away for the first goal. We take wrong decisions in the transition afterwards. We don't follow the rules, so we are undisciplined. It cannot happen. It is unacceptable. It is a process. It is one game. Maybe against other teams, the problems would not come, but against Manchester City they will. I want to change the head and the attitude from the team. There was a reaction in the second half. We were more brave and scored 3 goals. Only from mistakes you learn. United, as they did after the defeat against Thomas Frank's side, responded well to the battering City dished out. The Reds won their next 3 matches in all competitions and went unbeaten for more than 1 month. With several important matches to come between now and the end of the season, Ten Hag will be desperate for a similar response following their embarrassing defeat at Anfield. United have already shown that they are more than capable of reacting to a setback, and after a humiliating loss at the hands of their rivals, they will need to prove they can do it once again. It remains to be seen how the Reds will respond, but Ten Hag will ensure that they do. Unlike in previous campaigns, United appear to have the ability to thrive in adversity.
Now